Myisha Hines-Allen is acquired by Beaver. Don't like Myisha Hines-Allen's black hole, and the Wings get Damiris Dantas and a second-round pick. Despite being a dog, she is a black hole. At last, following months of observing the Indiana Fever battle with roster choices that make, we get this complete brain teaser, which makes about as much sense as wearing flip-flops in a snowstorm. Fans of the Fever are going crazy over Kevin Pelton's recent trade proposal, and with good reason. 9. Thus, according to ESPN, they will make a trade for Dallas Wings player Myisha Hines-Allen. I'm seeing a lot of fans now. Many fans are opposed to this trade, and there is a lot of online discussion. They are unsure if the Fever system will benefit from it. Additionally, ESPN predicts that they will trade Damiris Dantas away. Therefore, we will simply recommend that the Dallas Wings acquire Myisha Hines-Allen in exchange for Damiris Dantas and a 2026 second-round pick. And the response from Fever Nation has been nothing short of explosive, I must say. The collective outrage is at a level that would make a referee dispute appear like a friendly argument. The comment sections are ablaze, and the keyboards are smoking. Although she's terrible for the Wings, I thought she did fairly well for the Lynx the previous season. She did a decent job coming off the bench, in my opinion. Backup center, for a team that ought to have taken home a championship. Additionally, she played a significant amount of minutes during last year's finals due to Alana Smith's injuries. Subscribe if you're enjoying it. Let's examine what ESPN is genuinely proposing here. The Fever should. A 6 feet 4 inches Brazilian forward who recently dominated international competition with an average of 21 would be traded away. In the FIA Women's America, each game is worth 4 points. A player who, despite struggling this season with just 2 points and 6 points, she displayed glimpses of her full potential when she scored 10 points and pulled down 5 rebounds against Seattle, averaging 5 rebounds per game within 20 minutes. A player who, at 6 feet 4 inches, gives the Fever respectable size and has demonstrated her ability to perform when it counts most. Fever, hello. You are missed. Music. In exchange, they would like to sign Myisha Hines-Allen, a 6 feet 1 inch forward who averages 6 and lost her starting position in Dallas back in June. 3 points, 2 rebounds as well as 2. This season, 8 assists. Don't misunderstand, Hines-Allen is a good player. With the Washington Mystics, she took home a championship in 2019. However, let's be honest about the true meaning of this trade. Sacrificing size in favor of a smaller size. I sincerely believe that. This is for those who do not intend to play Damiris Dantas. Though I don't see it, I believe that this could improve the team. I don't despise it. For example, Hind might be believable in motion. Maddie Seegars will be returned to them. Following a 36% shooting. Given that Hines-Allen is a career 35% shooter, she finished 30% on threes during the Myz vs Lynx game last season. You should anticipate improvement. Look, no one is acting as though Dantas has been destroying the world this season. She is 26. She has a career 3-point shooting percentage of 34%, so 5% from 3-point range is difficult. She's been erratic, merely averaging 3 minutes per game and occasionally appearing disoriented in the Fever system. This is what ESPN and all of these analysts appear to be missing, though. She just demonstrated that she still has it. This season of Indiana Fever has gotten increasingly bizarre. She's from Brazil, Dantas. She will be joining the national team from June 28 to July 6, I see. She will therefore miss 4 or 5 games. Man, what's the deal with this season? Man, this is such a roller coaster of emotions. All I can hope for is Caitlin Clark's return. That should hopefully give Timson the chance to finally get some playing time. But, dude, what the freak? Dantas was unstoppable when she represented Brazil in the American Cup. Her average was 21.4 points per game, grabbed 6 rebounds, and shot 52% from the field. 36 points and 0 rebounds. 7% of her three-pointers. This wasn't not in favor of scrubs either. She lost to Team USA in the championship match, where she lost by 35 points. This was the pinnacle of international competition. This is seen by the fans. They are aware that fit and opportunity may have more to do with Dantas' difficulties in Indiana than skill. Fans of Carlson Fever and Trade Turner respond as: after waiving Dana Bonner, Indiana temporarily suspends Damiris Dantas' contract. The team's use of Dantas is the source of the annoyance, not her. Very special to me. I enjoy playing for the Brazilian national team. I see my family and people traveling to Chile as well. Thus, it's really unique. Did you find it annoying that you were unable to participate in that Brazil preseason game in Iowa? Yes, somewhat. I'm playing against Brazil for the first time. My team plays Brazil, but I don't play. Yes, I do feel a little depressed, but it's all right. Let's discuss what the Fever would receive in exchange in the interim. Myisha. With an average of 17, Hines-Allen was a legitimate member of the All-WNBA second team in 2020. 8 points and 0.9 rebounds. However, that Hines-Allen seems like a faraway recollection. She just lost her starting position in Dallas after being traded from Washington to Minnesota in the middle of the season. A player in decline is depicted by statistics. She only made 30% of three-pointers this season, down from 36% the previous one. Playing behind younger, more athletic forwards, she has been reduced to a bench role with the wings. The worst part is yet to come. She's not even a real big at 6 feet 1 inch. She is not able to solve any of the problems that the basic issues with Fever. Beyond the arc, Hines-Allen has performed better than Dantas, even during that slump or season. Beyond the arc, Dantas has been awful. Hines-Allen is also able to move. She is a canine. She defends more effectively. I don't like the way this looks. Does it make the candidates for the Fever? No. However, this leads us to the issue that has Fever fans in a state of complete awe. Rebounding and defense are Indiana's greatest weaknesses, not scoring. They require players with the physicality, size, and ability to shield the paint. That presence is provided by Dantas, who is 6 feet 4 inches. At 6 feet 1 inch, Hines-Allen doesn't. Hines-Allen is expected to improve as a third post behind starters Natasha Howard and Aaliyah Boston. Where is the factor that discourages opposing teams from driving to the basket? The Fever already have trouble staying consistent on defense. Throughout the season, their defensive rating has fluctuated, and they have lost 3 inches of height in. That won't be helped by their front court rotation. Even if the so-called experts don't understand this fundamental basketball concept, fans do. The court was not touched by Damiris Dantas. After returning from the national team game, she played really well, but after that, she started to struggle, and the Indiana Fever brought in Chloe Bibby. Thus, will Chloe Bibby be taking Damiris Dantas' place in the lineup? The Fever appear to be moving in that direction, or at least experimenting with it. Unfortunately, given that Dantas has provided us with some incredible games this season, they are trying to see if Chloe Bibby can be the one to step up and possibly take some more of Damiris Dantas' minutes. I'll paint now. Gives you an idea of what the Indiana Fever genuinely require. They require a defender who can defend the rim while switching onto guards. They need someone who can run the floor with Caitlin Clark and has the size to grab rebounds from opponents. Every night, they need a player who is tough, energetic, and fierce on defense. Damiris. When healthy and focused, Dantas has the potential to be that player. Her performance abroad demonstrated that she still has the skills. The Fever has real size thanks to her 6 feet 4 inches frame. She offers veteran leadership because of her big game experience, which includes appearances at the Olympics. Above all, she already has a contract and is accustomed to the system. In essence, she is a downgrade in size at worst and a lateral move at best. Fans of the Fever have responded quickly and harshly. Posts challenging the reasoning behind this possible trade are common on social media. The obvious is being pointed out by fans. When size is exactly what you need, why would you trade it in? Oh, no. No, we were extremely aggressive when we first appeared. And I believe that's how we should begin coming out. How did we start the Indiana game so slowly? A lot of slow steps, huh? Let's go back to how we began against the Atlanta game today. Because when we play that way, we're defensive-minded. Initially, our offense will be in line. If we start with our defense, we can run out in transition and get steals. I therefore thought that was what we did today. One fan, obviously angry at the team's personnel choices, wrote, "Trade Turner and Carlson." Others have been more blunt in their criticism, asking why the frustration extends beyond this one trade proposal. Fever supporters have watched their team struggle with defensive consistency throughout the season, watched opposing teams attack the paint with impunity, and watched their team get outplayed. The front office would even consider moving Dantas after she recently demonstrated her worth on the international scene. Hines-Allen, despite her struggles, is still only 29 years old. The Wings are 717 and obviously not contending for anything significant this season. They are 5 games out of the 8th playoff seed. Why would they trade away a younger, more versatile player for an older forward who has been inconsistent? It makes more sense for a rebuilding team like Dallas to keep the young player with potential rather than acquire a veteran who might not be in their long-term plans. So I had to do some research on Chloe Bby, the new player the Fever signed. Dantas is 32 and coming off a season in which she averaged less than 13 minutes per game. She actually played for the Valkyries, but I had never heard of her before. She is a three-point shooter and is 6 feet 2 inches. Perhaps this is a test trial for Brianna Turner so we can finally cut her because she is useless. Additionally, King Clark is injured, so perhaps this is an emergency signing, but I don't have many opinions about her because I don't know her well. The only thing I could really say was good luck and hope everything works out. However, let's not forget that Hines-Allen does bring championship experience to the table. She played a significant role in the Washington Mystics' 2019 WNBA championship, which is crucial in the current WNBA, where playoff experience and veteran leadership are more important than ever. Not nothing, but here's the counter-argument. Dantas has been playing at the highest level of basketball for more than 10 years, has a wealth of international experience, including 2 Olympic appearances, and has encountered pressure situations that most WNBA players never encounter. Of experience doesn't simply vanish due to a difficult season, but that doesn't mean she can't be productive somewhere else or that she can't find her form again with the right opportunity. The international performance ought to serve as a reminder that when Dantas was given the chance to show off her abilities and was given a prominent role, she was exceptional. Guys, Damiris Dantas was one of the best players for Brazil and America. She's relegated to garbage time minutes in a system that doesn't maximize her strengths, and she looks pedestrian. The solution isn't to trade her away, but to figure out ways to better utilize her talents. Up until now, she has been hooping like a pro. Sincerely, she has appeared to be doing well this season. Let's look past the superficial numbers that everyone likes to mention. Yes, Dantas is shooting 26.5% from 3 this season. Although her production has been inconsistent and her minutes are down, context is important. Dantas has displayed glimpses of her potential in the games where she has played significant minutes this season, such as against Seattle, where she scored 10 points and pulled down 5 rebounds in just 20 minutes or less. Hines-Allen is playing for a team that has no playoff hopes and low defensive expectations, so even though her numbers seem better on paper, they also have context. How will those numbers translate to a team that is attempting to make a legitimate playoff run? To our team, Allen's ability to stretch the floor and use her in pick-and-pop situations is definitely different from AB's. We're going to miss using her as a complement to AB because it does give opponents a different look. We're going to miss her because she sets an example. She has to make a lot of mistakes, she goes out there and she continues, she defends multiple looks, she's experienced, and she can play inside and outside. We'll miss her because she keeps making big shots and making an impact for us. The defensive ramifications of this trade are what really have Fever fans furious. Indiana already has trouble controlling the paint and protecting the rim, and losing Dantas' 6 feet 4 inches frame and replacing it with Hines-Allen's 6 feet 1 inch frame exacerbates those issues. Ultimately, this trade proposal embodies everything that is wrong with contemporary basketball. The WNBA is getting more physical, teams are attacking the paint more aggressively, rim protection and interior defense are at a premium, and trading away size in this environment is basketball malpractice, as Fever fans are aware. Damiris Dantas may not be having the season that everyone had hoped for, but she is still a 6 feet 4 inches forward with international experience and proven ability, so trading her for a 6 feet 1 inch player who doesn't address any of the team's core issues would be an epic mistake. Basketball analysis. They are right to question the logic. They are right to demand better from their front office. While I acknowledge that the Fever are awful, I also stand by the fact that they have the potential to win the Commissioner's Cup and that they are capable of defeating any team in the WNBA in any given game. The woman just averaged 21.4 points per game in international competition, so there's only one reason the Fever can beat anyone in any given game, and that's number 22. She's been that player before, and she can be that player again. The question isn't whether Dantas has lost it, but rather whether the Fever are. As long as ESPN keeps pushing trade ideas that don't make basketball sense, Fever fans will continue to push back because they know what their team needs better than the experts do. They know that size matters, and defense wins. They are smart enough to unlock what she still has, and this trade suggestion answers that question in the worst possible way. The outrage is justified, the criticism is warranted, and if the Fever front office is smart, they will listen to their fans on this one. Games, and giving up a legitimate big for a tweener forward is exactly the kind of move that keeps teams mediocre forever. Because occasionally the viewers. Every gamer is more knowledgeable than those who calculate the numbers from A.